Well, that game didn't feel wire to wire. That was a tough contest. I mean, I certainly... Hamilton had a real good plan, and they stifled us for a lot of the game. So, and then honestly, it's one of those coin flip games. If you win the toss, you got a real chance in the fourth, and that's how what it came down to. Really was we got some opportunities. We drove a little bit, but you could also pin them a little bit. So, and they had an unbelievable drive then to tie it up at the end to force overtime. So. I'm sure it was a pretty exciting game for the fans.
Mike, I had a chance to talk to Adam Bighill out there on the field, and he said the confidence was as high as it's ever been when you were down 12 points going into that fourth quarter. Is that the way you saw it?
Yeah, I don't think there was one doubter on the bench. If there was, we wouldn't win, because you need everybody to believe. Jake Thomas came out at half and said, "We got this." And I don't think it even mattered what happened from the start of the half till the end. It didn't. I don't think it even mattered. We were going to figure out a way to do it.
You've obviously won Grey Cups before, but is that about as thrilling as it can get?
Yeah. I mean, obviously looking back on it now, at the moment you're in the moment, right? So you're not thinking about how thrilling it is. You're certainly not letting your emotions take control. But looking back on it, yeah, I mean, it's a hell of a game. That was a hell of a game.
And again, you've said this so many times, the resilience of the team. It's like, you get those kind of performances from guys like Zach, who wasn't, had some throws that got picked off earlier.
He's not fazed by that. That's what makes him an MOP, right? He's just not fazed by the stuff that goes on during the game, and he understands the situations and understands where we're at, and doesn't allow the emotion of one play affect what he's got to go out and do the next series, right, or the next play. So, to me, that's really a mark of a champion for sure.
How deep did you guys have to dig tonight?
Oh, that was a tough game. That's as tough as they come. Yeah, they were stifling, and they made big plays, and they. It seemed like their big plays were a little bigger than our big plays at the time, right? But I thought they also in that first quarter they also flipped the field a little bit, into the wind, which is very important in these wind games, is to figure out how to play each quarter differently.
Was there any doubt in your mind about wanting that wind in the fourth?
But wanting the wind in the fourth,
yes.
Down 3 at the half? No, I could be down, and we could be down a lot more than that, and you're still taking the wind in the fourth in that game. It was blowing.
How surprised were you got that point on their kickoff conceding of a single?
I'm not. I think it's, there'd be people that would second guess that play if they didn't drive down and get the field goal. But that field position they gained from that was very important. Now the plays after dictated or showed that they got down and they might have been in inside the red zone, but all those yards would have been very important for their field goal kicker. Yeah. So I thought it was really smart.
That point turned out pretty important though too.
What's that?
That point turned out pretty important though too.
Which point are you talking about?
Maybe we're talking different points.
Are you talking about the kickoff at the end, near the end?
Yes.
Yeah, the one they conceded?
Yes.
Yeah, to get them the tie. Otherwise, they end up in they could go for the win, but they'd have really bad field position.
Okay.
I mean,
it's
a smart decision, I believe, and I think it obviously worked out for them. And everybody in here would say it was a bad decision if it didn't work out.
Yeah.
But put this in the memory bank and understand that there are multiple decisions you can make on any of those single plays, and just because the outcome doesn't work out doesn't mean it wasn't a good decision at the time.
Right. Yeah.
Right? I think a lot of coaches get sewered because people have the benefit of time to mull things over, and there's a pile of different decisions you can make in all those situations, and most of them are really good decisions at the time. All right? You guys judge things on outcomes, not in the moment, right?
I'm going to try.
That's my lecture. I'm sorry.
while you're talking about being in the moment, your players, you talked a little bit about, the quarterback having a bit of a tough time. Dembski, who ended up being the best Canadian, he had a bit of a tough time. Speak to the strength of the players to not let adversity get them down. You've talked about getting over adversity almost this whole season.
I think just with the relationships they've developed over time, there's a great amount of trust, and it goes even deeper than that. There's never even the thought of not believing in a teammate or trusting that someone's going to have your back or someone's going to be able to make a play to figure it out, right? Like there's just none of that vocal stuff going on the sidelines. It's all just reassuring conversation, okay, yep, here's what we got to do. And they get it. So it's very pleasing in that regard. When you hear a ton of chatter that sometimes maybe you feel there's a couple guys that don't really believe what they're saying, but I just think these guys have such great understanding of each other and such great relationships that they know they're going to pull it out or give it certainly a good go of it.
Mike, congratulations, first of all. I wanted to ask you about your kicker, Castillo, who seems a very sunny guy no matter what the conditions are out there. He had a pretty wonderful night tonight. Yeah,
and I should have let him kick the one earlier in the game. He would have been good on that too. He was good in warm up, and he's been good since we got him. That's what we needed. We needed that veteran kicker to come in and just give everybody the confidence they needed. Right? We've got good people in the building. We just needed that one little piece to get us over the hump too.
Congrats, Coach.
Thank you.
You think about what we were talking about on the lead up to this game and neutral site last year. You're in this blackout environment, and the wind's blowing. Is this something that, maybe brought the guys together, us against the world mentality? Is there any of that, or is that just media talk?
I think it's more media. I think the guys are pretty focused with what goes on in their domain, in their locker room. I don't think they need to look outside of that for any inspiration. They have it sitting right beside them, like I said in the pregame. So I'm sure if you said that to some players, they would just repeat it back to you and say, yeah. But I think if they were to think about it a little more, they know that it's really about the guys sitting around and the guys sitting around them in the locker room and the guys that are in the meetings with them every day and the guys that are in the weight room in the early morning and the guys that are in the film room at 5:30, 6, 7, 7:30, right? It's about them, and I don't know that they need all the other stuff to manufacture effort.
Was it difficult on second downs or anything like that?
I don't have the stats in front of me. I don't. I think we came alive. Oh, I don't know if the communication was that tough. The wind does something with the crowd noise too. It was loud, but I think the wind also blows some of that noise away, right? I haven't talked to him whether it was tough or not. I don't think it was. I feel like getting down and hanging out with my team. Thanks a lot, everybody.
So Zach, I saw you reach over and shake somebody's hand. Is that like we're past it now?
Sorry, he works for the league. He doesn't work for the Ticats.
No. I mean, it's been the other day. I automatically, when I saw you, because I've known you for a while, and I went over without even thinking, went to shake your hand. It's been a crazy kind of year.
Oh, you mean that? Oh.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like to hug and yeah.
Yeah, it's been a crazy kind of year where we've done everything backwards, inside out, except for normal. This wasn't a normal game. Define it for us how you think. If you were out there in the stands, I know you haven't seen the game, Phil. How did you see this game?
Ooh, I would have been warmer in the stands. I would have had quite a few drinks during that game. But I don't know. It was back and forth game. Like we said, two great teams, two great organizations. The win, throw that into the mix for a Grey Cup. Wouldn't have it any other way. In Hamilton with the win coming off the escarpment there, and both teams, fighting, scratching, clawing, and we got the win there in the fourth. We were able to put some drives together, score some points. Jeremiah did an unbelievable job in the fourth quarter of getting them back and tying the game, and I thought Jeremiah did an unbelievable job of just the situation he was put in, coming in there and getting his team in position to win. Dane did a great job when he's in there as well. It's just a group of people. It's a group of guys. It's a resilient bunch, and I say it all the time. It's like a broken record, but it's the culture that Mike O'Shea has set, and it's the people that they've brought in, the Adam Big Hills, the Brandon Alexanders, the Jackson Jeffcoats, the Willie Jeffersons, the Patty Newfields. I can name the whole damn list again. I do it every single time with you guys. Just an amazing group. We never wavered. I threw 2 interceptions, put us in a bad spot. Guys picked me up. Hey, we're gonna get you the ball back. They did a great job of limiting the points there in the third quarter when I put our defense in really bad positions, and they had belief in us to get it done in the fourth, and we did.
Zach, Coach O'Shea, hey there.
Hi, Paul.
Coach O'Shea says you shake off the interceptions like they're nothing. You move on, but you're human. How'd you feel after the second one, and how do you bounce back?
Yeah, the second one was unacceptable for sure. The first one, the guy made a good play, and it was a good call by Coach Washington. So, is what it is. It's the last game of the year. It's the Grey Cup. Down 9, down 12. What are we gonna do? Pout about the last possession? You just got to keep swinging, and we're able to move the ball there early on. Wally made some great catches. Darvin had a heck of a game, catching a game winner there. My man Da. You guys were asking me about Da. I told you, game on the line. I'm going to Darvin. I missed Wally there. He had a heck of a double move there in the end zone. We ended up getting 3 on that one, on a crucial drive. But he weathered the storm, and I love all those guys, man. Just I don't even know what you asked me, but I love those guys.
Neither do I. How deep did you have to dig tonight?
Sorry?
How deep did this team have to dig tonight?
We dug deep. And again, it's just it's the love we have for each other. It's what Mike's been preaching to us since day one. Gratitude was like the word of the year for us. Grateful to play, grateful for each other, grateful for our families, our children, for the league, and nobody wavered. I was sitting there in the locker room before the game and just thinking to myself, like, man, I really love these guys. Like, we have to win this game. I was kind of emotional about it. Like, I've never been in a part of a team like this.
We always hear rookies who get to a championship game saying that they didn't appreciate it because they thought it would happen every year. You're a guy who had to work to get here, over the years, and knows what it takes and knows how much you have to give to sort of get that championship return. So how does this feel right now, man?
Yeah, I was one of those guys. I was fortunate enough to be a part of a great team in Toronto for 2 years. We won a Grey Cup, and then we're in the semifinals, and in Hamilton 2014 lost in the Grey Cup, and 15 had a pretty good year and semifinals. So at first I was like, we can just do this every single year, but as you get older, I guess a little wiser, you realize, these opportunities don't come often, and you realize what it takes to get there. When you're younger, you're just like, hey, I'm just playing football. But,
as you get older, you start to realize all the little details that go into every single part of every single piece of the organization, the offense, defense, and special teams, and it's just you marvel at all the work, and to be able to have it culminate like this is just amazing.
Congratulations there,
Bob,
Zach.
what's up, man?
Hey,
How you doing?
Zach,
Good to see you.
Back to back, man. It's great.
Yeah.
And I know this was talked about going into the week and the crowd and the fact that, it's going to be a pro Cat crowd.
It was.
And what was that like? I mean, performing in that, sort of, we always talk about a hostile environment.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to Jackson before the game, and, we were on the ride in, and they had the social set up there, and the band was playing, and saw a lot of black and gold, and I was like, I'll probably like 75-25. That's what I thought, because it's a Grey Cup. I've been to a few Grey Cups, and usually it's kind of a mix, because our great fans come from all over the country to celebrate the league and the country and everything like that. When we went out there, I was like, oh, this is like 95-5. It was black and gold, and the fans were amazing. It was obviously anytime you can win on the road, it's pretty sweet to be able to win a Grey Cup and in a hostile environment was awesome. Thanks.
Hi, Zach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I know you're processing the win and everything that got you and your team to it tonight, but I wonder if you can feel for the Ticats. I mean, it's such a roller coaster game, a great one to win, and what a horrible one to lose. Can you kind of feel for them?
Not right now. But I do love a lot of people in that locker room. I love a lot of guys on the coaching staff and in the building. So I guess I do feel for them a little bit.
Hey, Zach, congrats. Could you just describe right here?
Sorry.
No problem. Could you just describe what it was like playing in that wind?
Yeah, I've played a lot of games in the stadium, and I can remember one. Just a quick story. We were playing BC one year. Kevin Glenn was playing quarterback for BC. I think it was 14, and we ended up winning the game because they had to keep taking safeties down in the near end zone. I think they took 3 safeties in the fourth quarter just to try to get the ball out, put us up by 19-18, and we ended up winning the game due to that. So it was kind of reminiscent of that. I thought both teams, and again, credit to Jeremiah there at the end, moving the ball into that wind to get them in a position to tie the football game and send it into overtime. I thought both teams handled it okay. I put us in a bad spot, throwing interceptions into that wind, and our defense made big stops for us to keep us in it. But it was definitely a crazy game, and luckily we won the coin toss, and Osh, Osh likes to defend, and we got the ball in the fourth quarter with the win, and that was huge for us.
Zach, I'm curious. In 2019, you come in so late, and you're just kind of feeling yourself in. What does it mean, and how much more does this one maybe mean when you talk about that family being through the entire battle with them from training camp day 1 to now?
They both mean a lot. Obviously, again, anytime you can win this game, it's your goal at the beginning of the year as a team, right? But for different reasons, 19 was very sweet. This year was sweet, and being able to establish those relationships with the guys at 19 on through 2020 when there was a lot of uncertainty, and then being able to go day 1 of training camp and kind of go wire to wire. This means a lot, and for all of us, I just love those guys in that locker room.
I know you talked this week about having some family in town to watch you play because you did this in Hamilton. How's this different from last year?
Oh, the same
Or
people that were in
2019.
the same people that are here were in Calgary. My beautiful wife's over here, and my dad was able to make it up. My best friends from back home, my uncle and his kids, my godson's here, my wife's family, my in-laws, everybody's was here and on the field to celebrate again. So I think I was talking to Jeff earlier in the week. I'm so lucky and again thankful and grateful for the people that have supported me since my career began. Here in Cincinnati at my high school. I just have an amazing group of people that love me and I love them.
So what's next? Does focus switch to the national championship semifinal?
Oh, can I go to Dallas? I'm not doing that. I just need to relax.
Zach, the cliche about quarterbacks is that you all grow up dreaming of winning in a last drive of a game or in overtime or something. Is that true? I mean, when you got that chance today, is this what you had spent all your childhood dreaming of opportunities like
I think
this?
it's true for everybody. You know, when I was a kid, I didn't even play quarterback. I was always like the running back, or, you know, in high school I played receiver a little bit and then was switched to quarterback. I have vivid memories of being in our old house on 107 Opal Boulevard, you know, pretending that I'm making the game-winning shot, you know, pretending that I'm hitting the game-winning home run, and just, you know, or throwing the game-winning pass or catching the game-winning pass. So I just think everybody that loves sports dreams of moments like this, and I can't believe that I was a part of it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Well, Nick, earlier in that if you guys win on Sunday, it'd be the first time since 1962 that the Bombers have won back-to-back Grey Cups. And now you said, well, ask me on Sunday if we do win. So here we are, man. You guys won. Yeah. First time since 62, this team's won back-to-back. So what does that mean to you?
It's surreal, man. It really is surreal. I mean, we put a lot of hard work in here. You know, we just wanted to go 1-0 each week and make it to the Grey Cup. And, you know, the goal stayed the same all year. The hard work stayed constant all year too. So, you know, for us to be here right now, as I said, you know, it's just surreal. It's definitely an accomplishment, and you know, I'm proud of everybody in the locker room, proud of every Winnipeg fan for sticking with us, and you know, I'm just proud regardless of everything.
Nick, we talked this week a couple of times. What we didn't talk about is you started out in Saskatchewan. I remember having you on our program before the draft, and you just wanted to play football. Yeah. That was a great experience in Saskatchewan, but how lucky do you feel that you were able to go home and play, and now today be the best Canadian in the best Canadian game there is?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, there's a lot of great Canadians in this league. So, you know, just to even get this recognition, I mean, it definitely is an honor. I mean, we'd probably have the best Canadian of the decade in our own locker room. So, I mean, to get this award is definitely an honor, but, you know, it didn't come with you know, there's a lot of hard work put into it. But at the end of the day, I mean, I couldn't do any of this without my teammates. So, you know, I owe a lot of it to them.
Nick, you've won this thing before, but have you ever won something in such a thrilling fashion, something so big like that?
Honestly, yeah, I don't know. Like, that was crazy. I mean, the overtime was crazy. You know, honestly, with just the way our defense was playing this whole year, I thought, you know, once Hamilton took the field going against the wind, I thought, you know, in my mind, I thought it was over. But, you know, Hamilton's a great football team over there. All three phases of their team is a great football team. So, you know, they came out and they played all 4 quarters. We just happened to play, you know, 5 of them. So, you know, I'm, as I said, I'm just thankful to be in the team I'm with my teammates.
It has been a hallmark of this team all year that you make the biggest plays when you need them most. The defense holds there at the end and holds them to a field goal. You get the ball and you guys make it happen in overtime. Doubt. It's just a sort of a mark of this team, isn't it? It
is. I mean, you know, we don't stop playing football until, you know, our end result is complete, and that's to go 1-0 every week. So, I mean, you know, play 4 quarters. That's all well and good, but, you know, this week we had to play 5. And, you know, we went out and did that. And, you know, we completed the mission of winning the Grey Cup. And, you know, as I said, it just feels surreal right now. I mean, I have so many emotions, I don't even know how to explain them.
What was that celebration like on the field?
It was good. I mean, you know, I wasn't on the field this year. So, you know, Andrew and I didn't get to skip away into the end zone together. But, you know, to get, you know, a pick and ice the game like that, end the game like that, I mean, you know, our defense has been solid all year. So, you know, it felt right.
Hey, Nick, similar to, you know, even last week, you go into halftime down 3, and then in that third quarter, I believe it was the 2 picks. I mean, where does that confidence come from in terms of, you know, when you're down to be able to scratch and claw in the big game in the biggest moments, you know, despite the errors and the mistakes that were made before, to make the big plays and they matter? I mean, what's the key to that, and you guys doing that repeatedly?
I mean, we just have trust in each other. We know that, you know, we don't. Even when we go down in games, we know that there's still always a chance, you know, especially with the type of defense that we have. So, you know, the offensive side of the ball, we knew that we just had to control the line of scrimmage, and we came out and did that in the second half, and, you know, things started going our way after that. So, you know, there's just no quitting this team. That's why I'm so proud of everybody. and why I love my teammates so much. And just, I don't know. It's just crazy, man.
And how is it winning it in this atmosphere as well? I mean, coming to Hamilton to play the Tiger Cats after beating them last time. What was that atmosphere like? Was it fun playing in that atmosphere with that kind of noise and having that kind of,
For sure.
in stadium adversity?
It did not feel like the Grey Cup. It felt like a away game in a way. I mean, obviously there's Winnipeg Blue Bomber fans there, and thank you for everybody that came out. That means the most to us. But there's a lot of black jerseys, a lot of yellow jerseys up there, and they're making a lot of noise. I know even during the regular season, coming into Hamilton is going to be a hostile environment, a lot of crowd noise. They're going to be talking and chirping at you, but it's all in good fun. But when that happens in the Grey Cup, it definitely is a little eye opening that you're definitely in their house. But at the end of the day, our goal was to come in here and take that win.
Nick, help us understand that when you're not playing well in a very big game like this, what goes through your mind to motivate you to keep trying till something good happens?
I mean, for me, it just, the respect of my teammates. I don't want to let anybody down. And I know my teammates, know that I'm a playmaker, and I know that I believe in myself that I can make plays too. So, when things don't go your way, you just got to keep pushing. You got to just keep on it, keep being persistent with it, and good things will happen. So, I mean, I'm just thankful that Coach Buck and Zach kept looking my way, and let me have the opportunity to go make a game changing play. Thank you guys.